Episode Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Yes, sir. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. It is Gas Presents Sports for the Culture, and I am your host for the night, T-Boogie. Y'all know what it is with me. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Lost my voice this weekend, so y'all got to bear with me. Bear with me. But I'm ready to jump right into it. So let me introduce the guy. Top left, introduce yourself.
At Bryce, XXV Double I, a.k.a. Mr. Big Leaguer, a.k.a. my mama's favorite gas panelist. We back, man. It feels good. My man T-Voice only sore because he coached his ass off over the weekend, man. Shout out to the Gas Elite getting W's. Y'all got to check out some of those highlights, man. Check out Gas Elite Instagram page. We post on the Good Ass Sports page all the time, man. Class of 2031?
2031. We play 2032, but we 2031 for real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Going up, man.
Top right, introduce yourself.
It's your boy D-Melo Red Good, and I'm just still deciding what kind of hoochie shorts I'm trying to buy for the summer, whether I should buy peach or purple. Don't know yet.
You look like a peach guy.
I got a nice tan, so you might be onto something.
So wild boys.
Hey, I didn't used to seeing you top right. This is a different look for you. I like it though. I like it.
Right, got a nice tan.
But last but not least, man, my guy, bottom left.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Loyal listeners, followers, subscribers. Anybody new out there, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Young Rome 22, man. Got a lot to get into. As always, it's going to be a great show. And if you want to check out G in them Hoochie Daddy shorts, the peach or purple, whatever, you got to get that 99-cent pre-show. That's great content. I'm sure he'll pull up in his little shorts, for any ladies out there that want to check that out.
People showing thigh on the pre-show.
Hey man,
Maybe
at this point
G would.
I would. I do it for the gang. I take one for the team, fellas. I'm a slut.
The gang is good on that one, my boy.
Hey, let's get straight to it, man. NBA Finals. That's the big sports event that's going on right now. Series is tied 1-1 between Golden State and the Boston Celtics. Entertaining series so far. Golden State led the game slip away, and Boston stole that game 1, and Golden State came back game 2, and they took the Celtics. So I wasn't on the show to make my prediction about how I think that series is going to go. So I'm gonna drop mine real quick. Golden State in 6, but I love the Celtics, but Golden State in 6. But what's y'all thoughts so far? Who takes the next game? Jump
Boston. I got Boston winning by 15 or more. Well, no, I got Boston winning by 25.
A blowout?
25.
Hell yeah.
It is in Boston, but why? What makes you feel like it's going to be a 25-point blowout with the shooters that Golden State got?
Oh, just Paul and fucking Steph Curry. Besides those two, I mean, I ain't scared of that much. We talked about Klay Thompson ain't the same Klay Thompson from before. We're seeing it unfold again. I just thought it was one of those bad Jason Tatum performances, which we've been getting throughout this whole playoff run. Gives you a decent one, gives you a bad one, then gives you a great one. And these guys are never losing. They always come back. They have yet to lose back-to-back games during this playoff run. So I got Boston tomorrow. And if the trend is going how it's going, I think Boston blows them out this time. And I think this time Jason Tatum has that game we've all been waiting for. A 35-point game with at least, I want to say, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. And Jaylen Brown has a phenomenal backup role guy. Not backup, but he has another phenomenal game as well. I think he scores 27 points with 7 assists and 8 rebounds.
My man, give an exact stat.
I'm telling y'all, bro.
I'm rocking with it, yo.
I'm feeling that's what's gonna happen, man. And I think Draymond fouls out this game. I think Draymond Green fouls out because if you've been hearing his recent interviews, he's like, yeah, they're not gonna kick me out. So like now he's pulling the cards of the refs. I think the end is gonna be Draymond's fault why these guys lose because at that point, like, who's out there? Looney? I'm gonna be scared of Looney. And Wiggins, like, bro. I mean, Wiggins balled out last game, so I'll give him that much. But besides that, bro, nah, man. I got Boston at home. Boston has yet to lose a back-to-back. And fuck. Like I said, I got this series going until 7, and I got Boston.
So Boston in Boston by 30.
By 25. I didn't say 30. I said 25.
Okay. A blowout in Boston.
Blowout in Boston.
What you think? Game 3 tomorrow night.
I mean, look, originally I had Golden State in 6. Boston could potentially push it to 7 with a win here. But I'm going to stick with Golden State in 6, man. I think tomorrow night, Golden State still is winning Boston. They got to get one back since they went down, or since they already split it 1-1. But I'm not like the way G just put it, Tatum has to go off in that way in order to beat the Warriors. Like, he has to have that performance, and he has to have that performance consistently because Golden State in a bad performance is going to give you 110. Like, you can talk, they don't play defense, so who's going to stop who, whatever. Like, Golden State is going to wake up, like, they're going to show up tomorrow night, and there's already going to be 100 points on the board. So that's kind of just how they operate. So you got to be able to put up the numbers to beat that, even if they're not playing defense. You still got to put that ball in the hoop. And unless Tatum's going off the way G just described down to a T, then I don't see Boston winning that game.
So game 3 Golden State because Boston won't be able to stop them.
Okay. It'll probably be close too. I don't know where G's getting this blowout. I think Golden State wins a close one.
Okay. Well, we got one for Golden State, one for Boston. Bryce, it's on you.
No, I'm with G on this one. I think Boston gets this game. I think game 3 is usually. This is my watching the history of watching the finals and watching NBA playoffs. Game 3 usually goes to the home team. That's usually like the game the home team is the most amped for. And I think game 1, Boston did what they really wanted to do, right? And in game 2, they looked like a team that felt like their job was already done for those first 2 games. You know, like they didn't come out with any fire. At least not as much as they didn't match the Warriors' fire, and it felt like once they got down, they didn't have that same fight that they did last time they got down. But I'd say I'm going with Boston, but I'm not going with Boston to win the series. I still got the Warriors to win the series. I was originally with UT with 6 games, then G talked me into 7 last show, so I'm gonna stick with the Warriors in 7.
Warriors in 7, okay.
So hold on, I want to go back to what Rome said. See, Rome, you want to hear something? What's the highest you think the Warriors scored so far?
In the playoffs or against Boston?
No, against Boston right now.
I think they're averaging like 107.5 right now. They scored 108 last game.
And you saying in a loss they're averaging 10?
I'll say this: that's down from what they're averaging throughout the playoffs. They were averaging like 114 or 115 coming into Boston. So it's not like Boston is playing great defense like we all know. But the question is, what is Boston averaging? Is Boston going to put up enough points in this series to constantly beat the Warriors? Because like I said, they're going to walk on that court. There's going to be 100 points on the board, regardless of how good a defense Boston played.
Good point.
I think if Boston's playing this defense they're playing, right, they're not even averaging 110 as you clearly said. I think Boston has enough more than just. It's just all about how Jason Tatum
put
plays.
Up 88 points last game, bro.
And mind you, Jason Tatum didn't play the
Warriors
the second half.
88. You're not beating the Warriors.
Jason Tatum didn't play the fourth quarter.
He's going to need to. He's going to need to. He's going to need to, and he's going to need to go off.
You know, these guys played a lackluster performance. You know, they did what they were supposed to do. Win game 1. That was supposed to be one of those 2 games between 1 and 2. They couldn't go to Boston 0-2. So I think game 2 was more like, all right, let's see what they got. Let these old guys fight. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Because clearly ain't no one scared. I mean, I don't think Boston looks like they're worried.
No, that's a fact, yo. I told y'all I've been telling y'all for like the past 3 or 4 shows now, maybe probably longer than that. This is not the same Warriors team, bro. This is not the old champion Warriors that we were used to. That took the league by storm. This team is a shell of that team, but it still was good enough to make the finals this year because it was a weak playoff pool this year, bro. I mean, they didn't have the hardest road. Let's be honest, bro. Like we go down the road they took. It wasn't the hardest road, man. And then I think it's the same thing on the other side. I think the Celtics are probably a little bit better of a complete team than the Warriors. They don't have the firepower the Warriors do, but the Celtics are they kind of had I'm not gonna call their road easy, but I mean wasn't the toughest either compared to previous seasons. So I don't know, man. I feel like do y'all feel the same way about that? Am I tripping? Am I tripping thinking like these two teams aren't that great the more and more I watch them?
I think you're tripping. I mean,
You're bugging.
saying it was
All
an
right.
easy road, like going through Miami, I don't think that's an easy road. Like Miami's a team. Like Miami just came from winning the championship not too long ago. Like I don't think that was an easy
Yeah,
road.
but they had the sixth man of the year who got hurt. He was part of their squad. I mean, Jimmy Butler got hurt. I mean, he had to battle through injury.
I mean, didn't
Like
the Celtics beat
Celtics,
the
Celtics
Bucks?
role wasn't as easy though.
Yeah, their
Yeah, they
role
beat
was
they beat the Bucks, but the Bucks didn't have their second best player. You know what I'm saying? Their
All
other
right,
All Star was
but the
missing, right?
Boston didn't
You know what
have
I'm
Robert
saying?
Williams neither.
All right, but Robert Williams is an All Star. Let's just be honest. I mean, these guys are missing an All Star. Me and Scruff actually had a conversation about Robert Williams the other day, and I told him that Kevon Looney is better than Robert Williams. He looked at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, bro, no. Kevon Looney is a better ball player than Robert Williams. Yo.
You
But
don't believe that.
you don't
I
believe
know
that?
you don't believe it. You don't
Yeah,
believe
I
that.
absolutely believe that.
No, you
100%.
don't. You're taking all that NyQuil. That's why you got that stuffy nose, man. You don't believe that.
Bro, Kevon Looney is better than
Stay the
Robert
fuck off the
Williams,
drugs,
bro.
dog.
You crazy as hell.
You're bugging.
What does Robert Williams do better than Kevon Looney, bro?
We're gonna see tomorrow.
Block shot,
He
block shots.
You seen that
coming out the bench.
loyal Gas fan Nick Vaseline says Looney is
Hey, go ahead, bro.
nah, that's
You call him Nick Vaseline?
that's a callback from when he messed up Tua name.
He said, "I got it back in blood."
Want to see what the other side felt like for him. But nah, Looney, Robert Williams, that shouldn't even be a debate, man. Looney is the better ball player. Robert Williams is still young. He's probably a few years from being a kind of like Looney was 3 years ago. Like he's a role player. But as far as let's talk about some real all-star legacy type conversation. Looney and Robert Williams won't be remembered, realistically.
They still got time.
Sure, got time to pass the ball. What does a win do for Steph, Clay, Kerr, and any of those guys? But specifically Steph. But what does a win for Golden State really do? Especially without KD and that sort of thing. Because Bryce is down year, but a ring is a ring. People don't remember down years. Spurs got one in a lockout year. Like a ring is a ring. So what is a ring to you guys going to do for Steph and Clay and that whole Golden State team?
It'll help solidify Golden State as one of, if not the best team of the current era. Like they've had a legitimate run. Steph specifically has changed the game. Everybody and their mama want to be a shooter now. People don't even want to drive to the rim like they used to, and that's a large part because of Curry. And I think another championship here just solidifies it gets them in that realm with Bron. People put Bron in this untouchable realm. I think if Curry gets another ring here, I don't know if Bron is that far apart from Curry as far as legacy and things like that. Because I don't think that they'll be done after this either. I think they'll still be in the conversation for sure. So I think this will just help solidify the Golden State Warriors as one of the greatest teams of this era.
So one of those legendary like Showtime Lakers.
I'm not. I don't want to.
That's blasphemous. Whoever says
That
Steph equals Magic is blasphemous as fuck.
see where you're going with it. It's in that realm. I don't want to put them up there with those great teams just yet because they have to get this done. But I would say that if you're looking at eras, when you can't talk about this current era and tell me that the Golden State Warriors haven't been one of the best teams for the last 5+ years.
What even the Spurs, like Golden State, are they up there with that Spurs run? Popovich, Duncan, and all those guys. If they get this done,
if they get this ring, I don't see how you can say that they're not.
G, how you feel about it?
I say they're the team below the Spurs, not a par with the Spurs.
Why?
Because of KD signing. Like the Spurs did it naturally, homegrown. They didn't sign no one off. They drafted all those players, and they did it against two eras. They did it during the Shaq and Kobe era, and they did it against the Miami, Wade, and LeBron era. Like that Spurs team is legitimate. That's Greg Popovich. Like that, I'm not gonna put these Warriors. I mean, I salute them. I put them 2 notches below because they didn't complete the season where they were up 3-1 in the finals. So I'm not gonna say like, yeah, they're like that Spurs team. I mean, but if let's say Steph Curry and them do win, I will say Steph Curry is one of the top 10 greatest players of all time.
Top 10, not 5, not 3, 10.
Fuck no. Because he ain't better than LeBron. He ain't better than Magic Johnson. He ain't better than Michael Jordan. And I don't think he's better than Larry Bird.
That's 4. So you got him at 5. So he's top 5.
No, not even 5. Who else? I would put Scottie Pippen. Now I'm not gonna sleep on Scottie neither. Like let's not forget Michael Jordan said it himself. I couldn't have done it without Scottie.
Scottie didn't change the game the way that Curry did, though.
No, what Curry did is let a bunch of kids just think they could shoot threes from halfway, and only one other person showed that he could do it, and that's Damian Lillard. Besides him, who else is fucking just throwing a rock up there like said, fuck it, here.
Bryce, maybe Trae Young, maybe. But Bryce, what you think? What is a ring for Golden State, Curry, any of those guys over there? Draymond even.
Yeah. The ring definitely solidifies that them in this era as probably the best team over these, past, I guess, decade, 2020s, you know what I mean? Or, to late 2010s or 2020s. You got to give it to the Warriors. Sustained success, you got to give them credit for that. 2 of those championships were with KD, so I definitely do feel G. I think G the one that said that. I definitely do feel him with that. It's like, it's not like they did it without, I don't want to say a cheat code, but,
A stimulus package. That was a stimulus package.
That was a stimulus package, for sure. Definitely a stimulus package. And when you start
the
comparing
greatest stimulus package of all time.
Yeah, when you start comparing dynasties, I don't think they're better than that Spurs team. I think that Spurs team beats them in a 7-game series. But I don't know, though. That first Warriors team before KD was one of the best basketball teams I've ever seen play. Like, it was a legit basketball team. The ball movement was crazy. Like, I don't know, man. The Warriors and Steph Curry, you now have to – he now enters that talk. He now enters that talk with a championship. But I also think he needs a Finals MVP along with it. So he's gonna need Jordan Poole to chill. He gonna need Clay to keep doing what he's doing. Because if Steph gets the championship and the Finals MVP, like that's the last thing he needs. Because right now you can still hold that over his head. Iggy got the first Finals MVP, KD with the next 2. So every time Curry gets the Finals, he's not the most important guy on his team. And I feel like you gotta be that guy. You gotta be the most important guy in the most important games for me to say that you were an all-time great. For me to say you were the top 5 best player, you got to be that dude. And I think that's the last thing Curry has to show to be able to really be in that talks for me. As for everybody else, Draymond, you got to give Draymond credit, yo, because Draymond's one of the few players left that the box score is never going to speak to the impact. his impact is so much more in the box score, and it's crazy. Like his impact is to the point where he knows when to yell at the refs. He knows when to yell at the crowd. He knows when to run up and down the sideline so his team does something, so his team sees him doing something crazy, so he can inject that, that life into him. Like, yeah, he knows what he's doing, and sometimes it's unconventional, but he's gonna be one of the guys that's in the Hall of Fame with the worst stats ever in the Hall of Fame. He's gonna be like top 5 worst Hall of Fame stats of all time. Draymond Green will be top of the list.
Is he already a Hall of Famer?
I think so.
No.
I think so. I think Draymond's a Hall of Famer right now.
I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
Not a first ballot.
I would vote for Draymond to go in the Hall of Fame.
In his
I
first ballot?
see the impact that Bryce is talking about. I see that impact.
On injecting energy into the fans and team.
Well, first of all, defense in basketball is Coach T. It requires energy, and if you have a guy like Draymond that can inject that energy, that's huge. That's huge.
It is, bro. That's facts. It's huge. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Draymond be out there just changing the game in ways that you can't quantify, bro.
Well, I can quantify it, and to be honest, you know what I'm saying. My team, I coach a very similar style to Draymond, and some parents have, and we've heard this consistently. When we really get in our bag, in that Draymond bag, what I hear is, "That's not basketball." The extra stuff after the play, that Draymond is famous for. Like, I guess some people think that's dirty. Where is the line? Like, where's the line?
The line is whenever the ref blows the whistle. That's the line.
We see guys like Grayson Allen get the dirty player label, tripping guys. But I just see Draymond try to pull down a guy's shorts.
Yeah, that's strange. I think the line lies with intent, man. Wherever the intent is, because sometimes plays happen where somebody might get bloodied up, somebody might get hurt, and it looks dirty a little bit, and you really got to just go try to judge the player's intent. Because you can kind of see it. Like when Draymond started that thing with Jaylen Brown, bro, you could see he was trying to start something a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you could see the intent. And if he would have fell and just used Jaylen Brown to brace his fall, then that's something different. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of where it lies to me, man. But it's hard to judge in real time. But I also think like all the reviewing of the technical fouls and all that shit, that's got to go, man. It's slowing down the game so much, and then they're making these like, you can't judge the intent in the moment, then just don't call it nothing. We just keep it pushing.
They're trying to make the game safer, man. You should be all. But I mean, I've seen Draymond before. This shtick, if you will, to me is the child of Dennis Rodman. So Rodman, we know, is a Hall of Famer. I don't think Draymond is a Hall of Famer, but some guys do. But what else we got, man? Oh, matter of fact, real quick, I want to hear what happens if Boston gets that ring. We know. We're assuming Golden State wins. What happens if Boston wins? What does that do for Tatum, Brown, Horford, who finally made the finals? First-year coach, Udoka. There's a lot of storylines at play. It's a lot of guys playing for a lot of different reasons, but that ring was solidified. So what do y'all think? If Boston happens to pull this out, how big of a win would it be for Boston and those guys?
The East is in great hands.
I think it'd be huge for Tatum because personally, I feel like if Boston does find a way to win this series, it's going to be through Tatum and him leading the team through his play. So I think it would do wonders for Tatum because I'm pretty sure people have had some outlandish takes on Tatum even on this show. But I think it would do wonders for Tatum, and I think it would say a lot about the coach, man. Because one thing about Boston, I picked against them every series in this playoffs, but and they've gone 7 series a couple times or 7 games a couple times too. And I just think they're a well put together team, man. Like you don't see that enough. I mean, it's starting to come back. You had all these, superstars teaming up with each other, but you're starting to see more well-rounded teams come back in the NBA, and the Celtics are really a shining example of that. And I think it would say a lot about that first year coach.
Okay, okay. I do want to. I agree with everything you said. You know what I'm about to speak to. These outlandish takes on Jason Tatum, they don't seem so outlandish. We just saw Jason Tatum in full Kobe costume. I mean, just give me my flowers while I'm here. Who called it? Who made this comparison that we're now starting to see media pundits, fans, Jason Tatum even? Did I speak this into existence like Derrick Henry? Is that what y'all trying?
All right, man. This is why I walk off stage. How dare you say that shit again?
Yo, but the
Told
wild
you.
thing about that is, Kobe would have never did what Jason Tatum did last game, bro. Like Jason Tatum, and shout out to B for mentioning the PER stat earlier. Like, come on, bro. Jason Tatum went out there and did nothing last game, bro. Don't tell me he's Kobe and he plays that like that in the finals. Because Kobe would never.
I'm not telling you he's Kobe. I'm
No,
speaking.
you literally told me he was.
I told you.
You actually literally did that.
I said stylish. I never said he was the Mamba mentality. That's Giannis. But what do y'all think about if what happens if Boston wins? To me, right, Boston has to win at least 2 rings or maybe 3 in 5 years or something for me to throw them up there. I don't want this to be a one-off kind of like the Heat, or no bubble ring, nothing like that. But to me, the Celtics got to keep this thing together. Like G said, the East, it will show the East is in good hands. But what do y'all think?
Yeah, nah, I think
I think the East is in good hands.
yeah, it is, and the Celtics could end up being one of those teams that we talking about. Like with the Warriors. I think the Celtics, they might need one more piece to take them over the top. You know what I mean? They have a very similar setup to what the Warriors had. You got one guy who's your volume scorer in Tatum. You got another guy who can be your volume scorer. Then that Tatum's kind of like the Steph Curry. You got another guy who can be your volume scorer at any moment in Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's kind of like their Klay Thompson. And then you got a guy who dictates pace and dictates energy of the game, and Marcus Smart, who's kind of like they Draymond Green. So they low key, the two teams are somewhat molded similarly. I think for Boston to really go down as that squad, though, they're gonna have to do something more than win one championship, like you were alluding to, T. They're gonna have to excuse me. Not only they're gonna have to get two in a row, or get like one. Like you said, maybe a couple over the course of a few years. But I need to see a little more from them, and then so we can really put Tatum in that talk of best player in the league. Or I still favor Brown over Tatum personally. But yeah, Tatum last game was definitely not Mamba mentality at all, though, bro. At all.
I agree. He you know what I'm saying? He had a bad game in a big moment. But let's get off of basketball. You know what I'm saying? Game 3 tomorrow. We'll tune in, watch that, and come back with our thoughts. The story I kept seeing all over my timeline today. I even threw a picture in our group chat, man. And I know we said we was gonna stop this, but it doesn't seem to go away. You know what I'm saying? The Deshaun Watson situation just keeps growing new legs. It's like, I don't know, man. Time you think it's put to bed, here we go again. So I guess the latest situation is another woman's coming out and saying all the stuff that he's done during the course of the massage, and that he actually left some bodily fluid on her this time. Some wild allegations, and but they're not too far off from what we've already been hearing. But the Browns are locked into the biggest contract of all time. Maybe locked in, maybe not. What do y'all think about this situation at this point? Because this story won't go away, and the NFL may have to suspend this guy. What do you guys think about this situation? Let me start with Ron.
Man, I don't think it's a may have to suspend this guy. I don't see how the NFL, even if he's cleared, like let's say all legal things somehow by some miracle get cleared. The NFL, as far as PR and all that they've stood for, talking about, protecting women and the Me Too movement and all those type of things, I don't see how Deshaun Watson is playing week 1. I really don't. Anything that he's been in the news for over the last, over a year now has been horrible. Horrible. There hasn't been one positive thing that you could say that has come out about Deshaun Watson or any of these cases. It's just one thing after another that makes him look worse and worse. And even I feel like in the beginning we tried to say we wanted more things to come out, and more things have come out, and they've all been pretty damning. So there's not too much even to say about Deshaun Watson. The Browns, they said they did their due diligence in their press conference. That appears to be completely incorrect. I seen a meme of the Sandra Bullock from Bird Box, man. They had their blinders on that one, because that's crazy. And now they might be locked into this guaranteed contract. So
And
maybe they
picks.
maybe they know maybe they know something we don't, but it doesn't look good for Deshaun Watson or the Cleveland Browns right now, and maybe that's why they kept Baker Mayfield around.
Yeah, they might have to come back humbly to Baker. Bryce, what you think, man?
Man, Deshaun Watson, bro, you can't stay out the news, man. Seems like every time we try to put this story to rest, something else just a little bit more disturbing. It gets a little more disturbing each and every time I hear something about Deshaun Watson, bro. Now they're saying up to 66 women he contacted over the course of, was it 13 months or 17 months, something like that?
17.
That's a lot of massages, first of all. I mean, 66, that's might be like a Guinness World Record for massages in a year. But I don't know what's up with your man, bro. It seems like every time we want to give him the benefit of the doubt, we want to try to forget about it. It's not something we can forget about at the end of the day. This is something that needs to be taken a little more seriously, I think, than it has. I think the league is going to have to show their ass on this one, because they dropped the ball so many times in the past when it's come to issues that deal with women. The league has dropped the ball constantly. So if they don't do something, they're going to feel the pressure. They're going to do something big here. I wouldn't be surprised to end up seeing Deshaun Watson missing a half a season, even up to a full season. I would not be surprised at that at this point. And if that's the case, then the Browns just look almost like they look ridiculous for giving them that sort of money, those sort of guarantees. But if it came out that Deshaun Watson was getting a year suspension, it would not surprise me.
Well, one thing before we keep going too that I wanted to add to this, I meant to say, the report also mentions that the Texans apparently had a non-disclosure agreement already in place for Watson to give to these massage therapists. So if the league is going to come down on Watson, do y'all think that they should also come down on the Texans and their owner for enabling this type of behavior?
No.
Elaborate. Why is that?
Just personally, right? You may have some idea that whatever this guy is doing is obviously, if you need a non-disclosure, right? It's probably not the most moral act, but I'm assuming that they probably thought he was buying massage therapist prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Like he was getting women that were offering and like a fair exchange, right? But we have the non-disclosure not to talk about it. I don't think that the team thought that an NFL quarterback that could probably get women to do some things for free would be forcing himself upon Instagram massage therapists. I'm not crowning the Texans here, but I'm not blaming them either. Like, I think they look the other way and they try to protect themselves. I'm not mad at that. They got him off their team. It's the Browns' problem now.
So the Texans just wiped their hands clean, like, oh, we was looking the other way, we still looking this way. We don't know nothing.
We wanted to fault the Texans, right? We tried to make the narrative was that Deshaun Watson wanted to leave and all this stuff, and they were trying to keep him there. Now it's looking like that's probably not how it went. Probably not how it went. G, what you think about your man Watson?
Son, I don't even know, man. At this point, is like, yo, did someone leak the video out? and say fuck it, like on some Jerry Rice, not Jerry Rice, but on some Ray Rice. Or remember the league suspended him for like 2 games, and then the video came out of him punching his wife and just kicked the man all. At this point, man, there has to be a video out there. And then the lawyer doesn't make it any better. I know y'all heard what the lawyer said, right? The lawyer just dug a bigger hole. I'm like, at this point, I was like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, man, how the fuck your lawyer say some outlandish shit? I'm like,
you gotta fire the lawyer. You gotta fire the lawyer after that.
And like, how do you though? Then what attorney will even want to take this case?
No. G, tell us what the lawyer says for the fans out there that may not know.
Yeah.
Man said it's not a problem. Trying to, asking for a happy ending. Like it's like
that's exactly what he said. That's how he sounded too.
Yeah, the man said it. Not quote for quote, but man basically insinuated like it's like going and asking for a breath mint at the end of the when you leave a restaurant. Like, hey, you don't mind if I get that breath mint right there? I'm like, I know I didn't hear what I just heard, but I heard what I just heard.
No, he said it's not a crime. He said getting a happy ending is not a crime.
But where in the United States, I believe that is because that's facilitation, right? At this point, right? I mean,
what the lawyer was trying to say was, if it's all kind of what T was saying, what the Texans were thinking, if it's all agreed upon, if she wants to do it, she wants to do it. That's their business kind of vibe. But he just said it in a ridiculous manner.
Well, I think from a standpoint, right, prostitution is illegal in a lot of states.
Yeah.
But if I'm not paying you to do something and you do it, like, is that a crime?
And that's what the lawyer was getting at. That's what the lawyer was saying. He was saying, like, if he pays for a massage and ends up getting something else consensually, it's not a crime. That's basically what the lawyer is trying to say.
So my man is basically just saying, right, he's basically playing around the law, right? The loopholes, right? So basically, what we're assuming Deshaun Watson is, he may not really be that thing, but he falls around the realm of a little loophole where he might and might not be this sexual predator.
Well, this is the thing.
I mean, because these are allegations of assaulting women, right, in a sexual manner, right? So
this is the thing, though. In the court of public opinion, when you have 66 different massage therapists in the course of 17 months, and you got 20 plus accusing you of sexual assault, you look like a predator, regardless. Like how do you describe this situation and make Deshaun Watson not sound like a predator? Because you going to different massage therapists seems very predatory. Or at least 66 different ones.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? If you're the Texans, you know something is wrong with that, but you're kind of turning a blind eye a little bit and saying, you're hoping that he's reaching out to find people that are agreeing to certain things. He got funny. Hey, but back to what the lawyer was saying, right?
He got funny the cheeks. So you can't make this shit up, cuz.
I go to a restaurant and order a meal, and they throw me an extra dessert at the end that I didn't ask for. I think the lawyer's saying that's crap.
Yo, oh my god. Oh my god.
I think that's what the lawyer's saying. If the restaurant offers you the dessert, it's not a crime. If you go to the waitress and say, hey, can you steal me a cheesecake out the back, that's the crime.
Yeah. You can't grab the cheesecake and smash it in her face. That's the crime.
Well,
yeah.
I guess I mean it depends on what restaurant you're in, Rome. But obviously, this is not to make light of the situation, but obviously, because I was reading New York Times has a huge write-up about this. There's women that didn't even sue, that still said, basically, he was there for sex. Even if nothing happened, they felt like he was there for more than a massage. Stripping down all your clothes, getting butt naked for the massage. I don't know if that's standard protocol.
I don't think it is, bro. I don't think it is.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that after, a guy that's got 66 something massages, probably been getting sports massages since high school. He knows standard etiquette and protocol. And I wouldn't be surprised personally if this guy got a ban that lasted over a year or two. Like if they throw the book at him, right? Because how long they give Vic? Like a year or something? Like Vic did his jail time, and
Yeah, he got a year.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went harder on Deshaun than they've gone on any player, period.
Wow.
I mean, they need to.
Over a year would be crazy.
I mean,
I see a year coming, but over a year, that would be a real statement.
I mean, they
But
might.
see, the thing about it, Texas never followed a criminal suit after this, right? These are all just lawsuits because
Right.
Texas dropped the criminal case. So how far? And I think that's why the NFL is stuck between a hard place and a rock, because they're like, well, what can we do with the Players Association? Technically, he hasn't committed a crime, but these allegations are telling us otherwise, right?
All right. So how about let's role play a little bit. If you're the NFL, what do you do? If
You got just for morale reason, right? Business reason, you got to suspend them for 8 games.
All right.
If I'm the NFL, I hold a press conference tomorrow morning, live on all the channels, and I suspend him for the rest of this season. I get on camera and I say
But
he's
you
not
can't.
playing. Why can't you?
How many games?
You can't suspend him because he sat out last year.
You don't even have to put a number on it. You don't have to say a year. You don't have to put a number of games. You can just sit him down till this is resolved. I mean, he's already missed a year of football already, so you might as well just go on the record. That's really all they got to do is go on the record of saying Deshaun Watson's not going to play until all this is cleared up.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, why? There's no way that this man plays in a broadcasted NFL game and anybody talks about anything else. He throws a touchdown pass. Somebody's going to tweet about him and the allegations. He runs a touchdown. Somebody's going to talk about
Think about it like this.
In a massage parlor.
How long before we stopped saying that about Michael Vick once he started winning?
Winning does cure all. Winning cures all.
And that's the biggest bandage that any athlete have. Once you start winning, and you take a team that hasn't won something or done something, that's going to be the biggest bandage. I think that's what the Browns are hoping for. He gets suspended, and with put all our morals to the side, because all of us are here, our uncles to nieces, we have sisters, we have mothers, we have aunts, and one day probably we have daughters. Morale wise, business speaking, these guys are gonna say fuck that. Winning's gonna cure everything. We're gonna look at what happened with Big Ben and his allegations. We barely bring those up. You know what I'm saying?
But we're talking about 60-something women.
Yeah, but Big Ben was accused, and literally there was proof of him doing this shit. And then we stopped talking about it because people dropped lawsuits because he took care of it behind back doors.
Well, Deshaun has decided to go the other route, though. Deshaun wants to clear his name.
And then that's the problem right now.
And since he said he wanted to clear his name, at least 2 other women have come out and said he's done something. So
Deshaun was thinking right now, he would just take the L, come out and be like, "Hey, I apologize for all of my past actions." Like, get in front of it. Stop, trying to run from it. Just get in front of it and try to dead it right now and turn a page. You know what I mean? Because keep trying to fight it. I feel like he's keeping it in the news more than it has to be. He probably could have already got it out of there. He would have just faced the shit. Had a press conference, took it on the chin, man. Get all the questions from the reporters, answer them left and right, and deal with it from there. So I don't know, man. I feel like this was handled poorly by both sides. Maybe not so much the NFL, but at some point they're gonna have to make a decision too. And they're not gonna be able to just make that hammer. They're not gonna be able to bring the hammer down if he doesn't have any criminal charges. It's just not gonna. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna be justified enough.
So how many games? If you're the commissioner, how many games?
I told you I wouldn't be surprised to get the whole season. If it was me, I'd probably give him. I give him a whole season with time served. He's back.
Game week 1. Week 1, he's back.
We count time served. My man back week 1. Nah, but really, I give him
opposite way. I'm giving this guy a lifetime ban, and I'll let him. Now, because listen, hear me out, right? Everybody wins. I'm going to give him a lifetime ban. He's obviously not going to like it. He's going to sue. He's going to sue. We're going to go to arbitration. I'm going to back out and say, after a year of litigation, I'm going to back out and say, all right, we'll give you the year because you didn't get any criminal charges. We'll give you the year. But I do get the glory of saying we banned him for life. We tried.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree with that. I agree with that though, because I feel like that's why I think they just need to go ahead and say he's suspended indefinitely right now. Like, you don't even need to put a number or nothing on it. Just say he won't play until this is sorted out. Because I'm telling you, man, whoever week 1, if Deshaun's out there, we're gonna come on this show the next Tuesday, and it's gonna be something about some allegations. It's not gonna be about his fantasy stats.
Nah, I'm telling you, bro. If he has a ball out game, let's say he goes for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions with like 120 quarterback rating. We're gonna be talking about that. I'm telling you, we're gonna be talking about that.
It's a different time from when Ben did his thing. I think the media is not gonna let Deshaun live with this many allegations. He's gonna have to throw just as many touchdown passes.
66. Anyway, bro.
He said 66. God damn, 24 touchdown passes in one day. You imagine? He said, yo, for every game I play, 24 touchdowns, everybody getting lit up.
All right, so basically we all in agreement that it's looking bad for him. He needs to at least lose from half a season to an entire season, and go from there. He's redeemed.
I mean, not even redeemed, because this is gonna be when this case goes to court, right? How this Johnny Depp shit went to court. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like one of the biggest cases we see of all time. Think about it. Who's not going to be tuned into that? Remember how the media went crazy for Michael Vick? And this is going to be 10 times worse.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Bryce in Rome, like, bro, don't go that. Well, I guess not wrong, but pay these women, bro. You got the biggest contract ever. Pay them. Like, maybe you only get
no bull, bro. It only makes sense. Give them all $1 million. Get this up off you. Spend a cool 60.
Only come home with.
I think it's too late for that because the story's out there already.
Bro,
the story's out there for Ben too, though. And like you said, it barely gets brought up because the price was right.
If I say I'm only going to keep 15 and we got to give the rest to the women, like, they'll find a way to go away.
So what is he guaranteed this year? 36, right?
Nah, this year I thought it was something short this year. I can't remember. We need a stat boy. Where's my man Nick Vaseline?
Nick Vaseline, where you at, pimping? Where the fuck you at?
I thought it was kind of short though. I thought the Browns tried to play it safe. I can't recall, but
shoot, that shit. We ain't playing safe with that contract.
I mean, they gave up 3 first-round picks, so if he never plays another game, this could go down as the worst trade in sports history.
That definitely would be the worst trade. Yo, that would be crazy, bro. Like, the Texans would have made out real good if that happens.
Texas might win a Super Bowl off of this. What else we got on the docket?
Hey man, those are the 2 main topics tonight.
Okay, those are the big ones. Let's see. When the last time we did a What Are You Watching?
It's been a minute.
Been a long time. I know P Valley back. That's Scruff's show. That's my show too. It's been a long time. So
that contract's fully guaranteed, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
Oh
I
yeah,
believe.
Watson's looking at $1 million this year in base salary plus some bonuses.
I told you.
But then
I'm sure.
his base salary the next 4 years is $46 million. So I think Bryce is right. He might just have to, slide a little bit of bread over there.
Bro, you don't gotta make 46 million a year. You can make this thing go away by only taking
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
Still,
No, you could.
Yeah, he's guaranteed 46 million this year.
Yeah, I think he's still gonna end up with like 46, even with a base salary of 1. Like that, the contract is ridiculous, bro. Like money
Crazy.
falling out the ass right now.
Crazy contract, man.
for
He's
Masai,
guaranteed 46 this year. God damn. I don't know. At this point, it's like, yo, it's hard not to say my man isn't what he's being accused of.
no,
But
I
then
mean,
again, you don't want to accuse him of it because you're innocent until proven guilty, right?
I'm gonna ask the question I saw on Twitter that it seemed like people were reluctant to answer, and I got an idea to answer. Somebody posed a question: why wouldn't he just pay massage therapists that are willing to give happy endings? Because they're out there. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Robert Kraft will tell you. Like, why not find those women and use those women?
You know what it is? It's the fact that you think you could buy whatever you want out of people. I'm trying to see
Yeah,
what are people wanting to do for money. Like
yeah. He wants.
you're not intrigued when that person says, yeah, all right, whatever. It doesn't intrigue you, right? There's no it's not you don't feel a certain kind of power. But when you could tell somebody and you could convince them and persuade them, I guess that's the thrill for him. The
I
persuasion
mean,
part of it.
this will sound fucked up, but let's be real about it. Like Deshaun is a young black man. Robert Kraft is an old white man. Like Deshaun wanted the baddies. He wanted the baddies. He didn't want like Robert was getting them from some junks that weren't even really supposed to be in the country. Like it was a whole illegal rank. Like Deshaun was going after IG models that we probably follow. So you know what I mean?
Wait. Y'all seen pictures of these shorties, of these women?
I haven't seen too many pictures of them, but the reports are saying that some of them were famous, like massage famous on IG type stuff. But personal trainers, all that kind of vibe. But at the end of the day, Deshaun was definitely chasing,
Bro,
some bad bitches as
according
opposed to Robert Kraft getting
to the New York
the
Times,
lower end.
was somebody that was like within his circle that the girl actually said that she used to babysit his wife and his wife's brother when they were kids. So like my man kind of was just out there doing whatever, whenever, like testing all sorts of limits and boundaries, like crazy.
Yeah, that man, that's a wild bull, man.
I mean, look,
Watson a wild bull.
Theory drops in however many years, it's gonna be a crazy one. But speaking, what are you watching? We ain't did a what are you watching in a while. Are y'all watching anything worth giving out to the listeners?
Hey man, the boys been going crazy. I don't know if y'all watch the boys, but
Oh, it came back home?
favorite shows
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Oh,
It's been some moments that are what do they call cringe worthy for sure. I feel like they got a little more gory this season as well. Like the gore it was always kind of a lot of blood, a lot of guts. You got to be able to handle that type of stuff to watch that show. But this season seems like they went OD with it. And I don't know, T, if you feel the same way. But
I was watching it, right? Big Shirley just happened to look up. There's a scene where a guy's superpower is to shrink, and she was like, "What are you watching?"
yeah. That whole scene could have been a deleted scene right there, man.
hey, don't fuck it up.
I'm not gonna say too much, bro. I'm not gonna say too much, but
Scene, man. Nah, but that's a wild scene. But all right, the boys, that's a good one. I'm caught up. Episode 3, I think, every Friday.
yeah, the boys going crazy right now, so I'm excited for that one. Another one I'm watching is The Man Who Fell to Earth. That's my shit, man. Like I feel like every week on that show, they keep my attention, yo. It's hard to keep my attention right now because there's so much good shit out and just only so much time I have to watch. So like this one's kept my attention where other ones haven't, and so between The Boys and The Man Who Fell from Earth, that's what I'm watching.
I've seen 2 episodes of that, and honestly, I wasn't that excited, but I need to give episode 3 a try. What you watching, Rome?
Oh man, honestly, I just finished up Love Life from the last time we did a what you watching segment, and I went back and watched both seasons. Man, I really hope they make a season 3. I love how they connected the seasons because you could literally watch either season and know nothing. You know what I mean? You could watch season 2 and know nothing about season 1, and it's
That's
still great. And I love when shows can connect like that, and you don't even have to necessarily know the connection. It was just well written, well put together. I forget dude's name. I think we were talking about him in the group chat. The comedian that's in it is hilarious.
My man comedian CP. It's my man.
One of the funniest dudes I've seen in a TV show in a very long time. I mean, every scene he was in, I was genuinely laughing. Perfect type of comic relief. And it's just one of them shows that's so relatable. Like, even if you don't necessarily relate to the character like yourself, it's based in such reality that you can relate to the situations. And it was just very well written.
so,
Hey, bro, some of them situations my man was in was just hilarious, bro.
bro. The
Yo,
threesome was crazy.
the threesome was crazy,
Not
bro.
only that, a little bit of a spoiler alert here, but not only that, the threesome, but then to get the joint pregnant from the threesome, like that's like
Yeah,
that's the next
that
level
was
L.
wild.
That's the next level L that no man really wants to take. But I don't know what was worse, that or when he met the chick at the bar and she was like, "Come back to my place." My man pulled up to a
To the
college
door.
dorm,
Yeah,
bro.
to
He's
the
like,
door,
"Yo,
bro.
what am I doing, yo?"
That
My
was
man, I guess my
crazy.
man was not in too deep at this point, bro. Like, yeah.
Get through, my boy.
And then you remember when he was signing into the dorm, it was a black dude behind
Yeah, the dude was looking at him like,
"What the hell is you all that doing here, bro?" Yeah, that shit was
So
hilarious.
I haven't seen season 1. Which season is better?
No question.
I
question.
mean, yeah, I'm gonna go with season 2. So I watched it with my wife and all that, and she's very into Anna Kendrick. So I feel like, she was feeling season 1 because it's more from a female perspective. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah, as a dude, I definitely got to go with season 2. It was just a little bit more relatable. But they're both of them are well written to the point where it's like you could probably find yourself in this situation. You can picture how you would react in these situations, and it's just well written. And I just love the small thread of how dude dude ended up meeting the black girl at homegirl's wedding, which is like, you know what I mean, which was a whole thing in the first season. So like that like small connection is dope to me.
It's definitely a well-written show. And what episodes? 30 minutes?
Yeah, they're not even long. They're not even long.
And
I think that's what they were saying was the holdup on a season 3 is they want to make sure that it's like, they want to do a whole season 3 where it's different, but they need to have that small thread connection still.
Right.
And Shorty was from the DMV too, wasn't she?
What was her name?
Yeah.
Mia Hines?
Mia. Yeah. Mia was lit, man.
She was cold, bro. She was cold.
My man's life was really kind of some shit because he walked in on her with the care package, and one day,
Yo,
Amari Stoudemire opened the door. I was like, "Yo, you named Amari Stoudemire?" Man was sick, bro.
she was cold, bro.
He was like, "Yo,
Bro, that had to be the worst day. That had to be the worst day of his life, though, bro. Like he went home to his white wife after that, and she saw the text messages of him talking about how she's white and he can't relate. Like that had to be the worst day, bro. Your side joint is with Amari Stoudemire and your main joint, like
big spoilers, but it's a great show. I always say HBO don't miss. G, what you watching?
I'm watching Love Kill Robot right now.
Is that season 2 or 3?
3.
3.
This shit is crack.
But I know it's Netflix and it's got a cult following.
Yeah, bro. I was excited when it came out like 2 weeks ago. I just wanted to wait to binge watch it. And I watched it over the weekend. I ran through that shit in one sitting.
Wow.
I hate myself.
Nobody.
Wait, what is it about?
So it's like, it's an animated show, which is it's about anything. It's about robots. It's about sci-fi and how you might die. Literally, how you might die in different stories.
I think I've seen it.
It's not like 1,000 ways to die, but it's like stories where like everybody dies at the end of the day. It's not in sequential order. It's just like mini stories and how people just, I mean, how the writers just write. But it's fucking amazing. It's like the episodes are like 15 minutes long. Yeah, so that's why I ran through it. The first one is worth it. The first episode has you hooked. I'm trying to watch Stranger Things, but I want to wait for like the second half to watch it because I hate the fact that it's gonna keep me in the cliffhanger for like a month and a half. So I'll just wait. I'm gonna just wait until the second half to come out and to watch it.
I gotta get caught up on Stranger Things. I think I watched the first 2 seasons, but I'm behind now.
Yeah, bro, that's my shit, bro. I love Stranger Things, but I told myself I'll wait. I'll wait for the second part because I just want to binge watch it. Just save money for 2 weekends straight, so I don't go out.
I started Stranger Things. I haven't had time to like finish it, but so far so good. So far
It's good.
so far so good.
All right.
I'm gonna wait. But I just finished a Amazon sci-fi called like Night Sky or something. Let me look. I think it's called Night Sky. Got J.K. Simmons. It's not. I'll say this, bro. It's a sci-fi show, so I'm all over sci-fi. It's not the greatest show. It's very slow, but it's looking like it gave me a season finale where I felt like season 2 might be epic. To me, it reminded me of like Breaking Bad. I feel like Breaking Bad started super slow and then it picked up into something incredible. I think this show has potential. So if you ever going to check out that Night Sky on Amazon, it's fairly new. Just know it's a slow burn, but I think the juice is worth the squeeze in the long run.
You guys fuck with The Wire, right?
Yeah.
All right, there's another show on HBO that I had to run through this shit. Yeah, we own the town. We own the city.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we own the city, yo. That's a great fucking show right there. It's like how it talks about crooked cops in Baltimore. Like,
that's based on a true story. Like, well, the source material.
yeah, I was looking into it because I'm like, wait. They started telling me, well, I don't want to ruin it. At the end, they break down what happens to certain law enforcement. But it's a great show to watch. Like, it talks about crooked cops.
Some of my favorite Wire characters are playing the opposite role. Like, bro, don't take a drug dealer and make him a cop.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
No, but I gotta watch it though.
But,
I'm gonna check it out, G.
Bro, I'm telling you, like, it's only 6 episodes long, and it's just like it's worth the watch. It's definitely worth the watch.
All right. Well, the only other thing I'm watching is a new Star Trek. Strange New Worlds is basically a prequel to the original Star Trek. I don't know how many Star Trek fans we got out there, but I'm a huge Star Trek guy. Basically, it's going to lead up to how they got Captain Kirk, I believe. It's straight up Star Trek. Like, none of the new storylines and premises, just straight up. We're exploring the galaxy. It's a problem. We fixed the problem. Young Spock is on there. Like, yeah, a lot of Easter eggs and callbacks, but that's all I'm watching right now. I'm waiting to watch that P-Valley again.
How about y'all don't fuck with Obi-Wan Kenobi? Y'all not Star Wars fans?
I'm not a
I
Star
heard
Wars.
I have not checked that out yet, but
I haven't seen it.
I probably am going to get into
That's on
that.
Disney Plus though, right?
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the only one I don't have, man.
I got that joint.
I mean, I don't know. I heard it's pretty good. My boy told me the first episode is pretty good, even though I've been hearing crazy stories about racist ass fans because of certain character. I'm like, come on, y'all better than that.
Too. Yeah, they doing that for Game of Thrones right now too.
Are you serious?
They about to have a black lead character in Game of Thrones.
Hold up.
In the new
one. One of the Targaryens is going to be black.
No, he's actually a Valerian.
He's not a Targaryen?
He's a Valerian. He's a Valerian.
Ew.
Well, that's what I thought, but it was spelled differently. It looked like, but I think it might still be the ones that originated Valerian still. But he was black and he got the white hair. It looked like a Targaryen a little bit with the white hair. Yeah, but apparently.
But this sucks though.
Apparently, there's a lot of backlash because they like it don't add up in the books and shit like that. You know them people.
And I'm mad that HBO didn't consider having black characters prior to that. Like, come on now.
Well, they had that one black dude from Dorn. Y'all know my man from Dorn.
You talking about?
Uh,
You talking
yeah,
about my
we're
dragons?
Come
You talking about my man that tried to swindle the dragons?
Was he trying to swindle the dragons?
was it?
Or
I thought the teacher was black. Remember,
There
Ari?
was the one
Ari-
black dude that when she went to Dorn, she used to see.
Nah, I'm thinking about the guy that locked her in and tried to take the dragons when they went to I think that was I don't know.
Oh no, he
Was
wasn't black.
Was he black?
It was
No,
a
he
black,
wasn't black. He wasn't
no,
black.
bro. It was a black guy that he was part of like a group that tried to take the dragons off the like it's in the beginning when she got on the boats and went overseas off the rip. The dragons was like babies at that point.
No. He wasn't black. You
No.
talking about when she was trying to sell him, and then he like burns the dragon, burns him.
Nah, but it was in around that time. It was like right before that because she ended up burning that guy. But it was like a group. They tried to trap. I can't remember it. I gotta watch it again.
Come
Yeah,
on, man, right here, yo.
Yeah,
Come on, man, right there.
yeah.
Oh
You try to
damn!
steal the dragons?
I thought he tried to steal the dragons.
Maybe he did try to finesse him at one point.
I thought he tried to swindle them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they got another black character, man. Grey Worm did hold it down, though. I ain't gonna hold you. Grey Worm was that dude and his girl, but they got a black like lead character. This guy's supposed to play a little more of a lead role, so
That's
we'll
gonna
see
be
how
cool.
that goes. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, because the Valerians, they weren't in the first story, right? No, they weren't.
Nah, we just know about the steel.
Yeah. Oh shit! Now we're gonna know why that steel could like hold up.
That Valerian steel is it tougher than that Wakanda steel?
It might be the same still.
It might be. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? I guess that's it for the show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Go get that pre-show. Pop that. But appreciate y'all for sticking with me with my voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm sounding like Voldemort and all that. But what else? What we got? What else? The Gas AAU, you know what I'm saying? Check us out. We at Fairmount House.
All kinds of merch.
This Saturday.
You know what it is.
We got merch. Yep. We got anything else?
Yeah, we got one dope thing coming up. We got some athletic wear coming, and it's actually gonna be a collab with a local clothing designer who's fashion designer, I should say, who's taking off right now. So we got some dope athletic wear merch coming. So stay on the lookout for that. It's gonna be some real lit designs that we coming for that top side. We coming for Under Armour and Nike with that.
Bryce, are you saying we're gonna have man hoop shorts, 5-inch seams?
For UG, we can make it happen, man. I know you've been waiting for that.
You feel me?
We got you, bro.
But
the only thing is you gotta stitch them yourself.
Hey, but, this is Gas Sports for the Culture, and let's end this thing how we always end it.
Deportes para la cultura.
Sports for the
For
culture.
the culture.